Vice President Kashim Shettima has urged senators-elect to vote for the anointed candidates of the All Progressives Congress for the position of Senate President and Deputy Senate President in the 10th National Assembly. In his words, under the current dispensation, the most incompetent Southern Christian is better than the most puritanical Northern Muslim for the presidency of the Senate. Shettima stated this in the wake of Yari's narrative of marginalization of the North that he noted voted overwhelmingly for President Bola Tinubu. Joining us to discuss this is Arise analyst Dayo Sobowale. Good to have you on Newsday. Good afternoon.
It's a pleasure.
Happy Democracy Day to you.
Same to you.
Hey, happy Democracy Day to you. So
Yeah.
this statement is subject to interpretation. And I'm just wondering what your take on it is.
It is unbelievable, and I don't want to give it any credibility. Because if you look at the objective of Shettima, is to bring people on board, you get me, to say and note that you cannot have the first top places in the republic and the democracy filled by Muslims. So how can he now say the worst Christian somebody is better than? Is that not provocative? Yes. The context is not right. So I won't discuss that. I will discuss his goal, which is to bring people on board and let the party that has won as his way, the way he wants it. And he was literally begging people. He cannot be begging people and be provoking them at the same time. Does that make sense? It does not make sense. So I expect a rebuttal in due course. But then this is Democracy Day. I've listened to the president's speech, and I'm happy with that. He has promised to rule with trust, justice, equity, to use authority fairly and under the rule of law. I'm happy with that. But with Shettima, I have an ongoing dialogue with him. At the 96th anniversary of the Yoruba Tennis Club, I mentioned it here.
Yes, you did.
I accused the political class of one thing. I said we have gotten liberated from colonialism, but now we are under the tyranny of politicians who have created the political class of them versus the rest of us who are not politicians. And his answer then was that, hey, Dayo, you just vote for us, we will change all that. And I think he's in the process of doing that. Because what he's doing is to make people realize that religion as a dogma should not be allowed to destroy our constitutionalism and our unity in the multi-ethnic, multicultural society. I say he's on the right track on that. So that statement, which is an infernal statement, which is provocative and disruptive, does not tally with his objective. Does not tally with his objective.
Definitely.
So you to look at it. It does not tally with his objective. His objective is unity, multi-ethnicity, telling people that religion should not be made the opium of the masses.
Definitely. When you speak on this conversation about who is going to come in as the leader of the 10th National Assembly, it really should be a conversation about capacity
and inclusion.
And inclusion,
which
of
is
course.
What he's preaching.
But
so how does that tally with this statement you have?
Following the statement that Vice President Shettima made, the coalition of northern groups have now expressed worry over an alleged plan to intimidate and arrest key northern aspirants for the House of Representatives speakership and the Senate presidency. Do you think that this is enough for them to get worried about what the actions are going to be?
You see, what is happening is political pragmatism. We are dealing with the government in power. So you should be afraid. The government doesn't need to have it's a carrot and stick situation. They know if they don't take the carrot, the stick can be wielded. So it is their own imagination. It doesn't mean that speculation, political speculation. You see, if you are fighting government, you should know how far you can go under the rule of law. You get me? And you fight government on a good cause and try to convince government, not by force. If you have a party which has a leadership, which has taken a decision, and become a rebel against that decision, you must be ready for the consequences of your own action. Is that not so?
Speaking of consequences.
Yes.
Speaking of
you
consequences.
take on the might of your party in the democracy. A democracy is a game of numbers. They say the minority must have a say.
The majority will have this way.
Respect that.
We have
so
about
don't be chasing shadows or be afraid of your own shadows. The government is after you. Speculation.
Well, we do have about 2 minutes, Mr. Sobowale.
Okay,
but
yes.
even though you expect a rebuttal, like you said,
Yes.
This statement, I'm wondering what you think, how it might come back to haunt the ruling party in subsequent elections if they want to eventually play up competence, and then this is referred to.
Please look at that statement.
That's what I'm looking at and asking you.
It's religious bigotry. It does not serve Islam. It does not serve Christianity. It is a call to arms. It's provocative. And the guy was not there to provoke people. He was trying to bring them on board. Doesn't make sense.
Yes, but there will be consequences.
Shettima, what you should do is corroborate it from Shettima, not me. I will not discuss that sort of thing. No. That's the sort of thing that causes religious fratricidal war. You get me? And he is a Muslim. How can he condemn Islam at the expense of Christianity? What sort of statement is that? You also tally with his objective. That's me. That's how I take it.